Alright, y'all ready for this?
Ready.
They are. Now, Nick.
Wait. Stop. Stop.
He just...
Here's that snapshot.
Thank you.
Is this an RI4C TV video as well?
I don't know if the camera quality is 10K, 4K, plus 5. Alright, you guys are gonna go sideways for a half second.
Oh, it's fine. I can show them what you're doing. Hold on.
You see.
No. I want to show them the process.
Is this the camera?
Yes. You're showing them the process? Oh, I see what you're saying. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it is done. This is called...
How come it says done speaking?
Oh, that's fine. I can fix that.
Safe driving mode. That's good.
We are now driving. Alright. This camera goes here.
Alright, Nick. A little off the sides, a little off the top. How you feeling, bud?
Totally up to you.
Totally up to me.
Yes.
Well, in that case. I'm going to start with the largest buzzer. The largest size. Do we have 1 inch? We do have 1 inch. Oh, that's 3/4.
I'm sorry. The phone that we're not just falling out, and I mean, I guess in a way that is entertaining, but not really the kind of when watching the live stream, meantime,
Alright. The camera is... Oh.
early high school. It's called
Plugged in that camera.
if you Google it, you can probably find it. I don't like it as much as I did when I published it. It's still very good though, so buy my book.
You should switch back to Norman.
Done.
So, I want to start this haircut, but not without asking Nick a question or 2 or 3. Let's make this a little fun, because this is already fun for me, so I might as well educate myself while doing this.
Very good.
So, Nick, I'm wondering, for a short answer, you'll get a short buzz. If you give me a long answer, I'm going to buzz longer. Alright, so
This guy's evil.
has to be only a couple of words. Alright, you keep them sweet. So, Nick, please, I'm wondering nowadays, or since the beginning, what is the reason you wanted to put Thumos into the world? He is conjuring. You're not gonna have any hair after.
Because I discovered that what I invented many years ago for my son works for a senior student at Rhode University. So I decided that it must be something very important for many people. So I wanted to write about it. That was the reason.
Cool. So what I just heard you say is that you made an incredible product that is not only for your son, but also affected a university student?
Yes, by accident. I did not expect the first Thumos mantra for my son would turn out to be incredible for a senior student at Rhode University. He used it to heal his relationship with his parents.
Hey Nick, what is that Thumos mantra? And how is it good for me?
Respect, that means do not cut my hair. Wrongly.
Wrongly. Cool. I still got cassette.
Hey, don't trust him. Don't trust him. You shouldn't have done this to yourself.
Hey Nick, how can I apply respect to my life? Or to other people's lives?
The correct definition the correct mantra is respect. That means interfering, and the most people misunderstanding that concept because they think in terms of an event. Respect is not about what happens within an event, but it's about whether you are making it difficult for someone else to go toward their ideals. And the implication of what I've just said is huge, because if you don't know what my ideals are, it's impossible for you to respect me. And that is what most of the people do not understand or realize, why respect is so complicated.
So what I just heard you say about respect is that it's about other people's lives and helping them, or at least not getting in their way of
Exactly.
what their goals are.
Right.
Cool. Can you give us an example of how to apply respect?
Yes.
Maybe something that Jerison and I can relate to.
Yes.
Or Alec as well, or anybody that is part of our deliberate family.
Yes. So a very common demonstration of the lack of respect is that we frequently fail to be punctual. We believe that it doesn't hurt anybody, it doesn't interfere with anyone when we are late for a meeting. But as it turned out, like today, for example, if Jason came here at 3 o'clock as originally planned, then we would have had the extra time to deal with all the technical difficulties that we face today. So
that's not true. Alec wasn't available until he was available.
And there you have it. This is a live demonstration of a display of disrespect, because I'm trying to present my disclosure, but I was interrupted, and that interruption would not have been considered to be a matter of disrespect if the interruption was done after I finished my paragraph. But if I did not finish my paragraph, then that interruption is disrespect, and that has been spelled out very well in Thumoslang 101, by the way, the YouTube series.
So to try to use the language that you're saying in the scenario, there was a plan to be somewhere at some time.
Yes.
And other people were also planning to revolve their day around that time.
Yes.
And that means someone else had plans for that to happen. And
yes.
because some time wasn't, or meeting at that time wasn't adhered to, then you change how another person's life.
Yes, but what is worse is that the person who comes late doesn't realize that the interfering does not just apply to the other person, but also you're interfering with your reputation every time when you go to the meeting late, because your reputation reflects your professionalism and your reflection. Okay, I better not
divulge all the
yes,
secrets.
Yes.
All right, you got a question? for Nick?
Um,
I mean, this haircut it'll be as smooth as your answers.
Nick.
I better answer smoothly.
Nick, are you all right with having a unique haircut today?
Yes.
Oh, good thing you answered quick. All right. Hey, Alec, do you have any questions for Nick Anthony?
There's one thing that I've wondered about for a while. Pretty much, it's in between raising your son and at that time coming up with the definition of respect, and after that leading to meeting the college student and developing Thumoslang. You've referred to yourself as a philosopher before. Was there any development of Thumos or other philosophies between those two events?
Never. None.
Okay. I was curious about that for a while.
Because I am not a trained philosopher. I'm not into philosophy. I'm a technical guy, not a guy of humanities. So I don't look at Thumos philosophy as a matter of philosophy, but as a matter of social engineering, if you will.
Social engineering.
Yes. Or using Gerson words, architecture of social logic. So I'm thinking of it more like a technical process and less like a philosophy. So do you consider, I don't know if you would consider a technical process to be a philosophy or not.
So I guess,
I think it could be, certainly.
well, Alec, what would you describe as the difference of a technical process and a philosophy? And as long as you answer, I'm cutting Nick's hair.
I don't think there's one. I mean, I think it depends on what the technical process is. Like, if my process is how to program a web page, I think it pretty much make that into a philosophy. But when it comes to something like Thumoslang, the way it functions, or Thumos itself, is very much like a philosophy.
I understand what you and Nick are saying with how it's a tool for us to maximize what we're doing with ourselves. So it's not a philosophy in my mind because a philosophy has a lot of regulations and rules. For example, there's certain dieting to different religions. That's a type of philosophy. Whereas an objective look at what the dieting is for is a nutritionist's job. And just like Thumoslang, if we look at how language affects our brains, then we might be programming ourselves. Would you guys agree to that?
Are you when you said that, are you referring to Thumos or Thumoslang?
I'm referring to Thumoslang as an objective process.
Okay.
Because it is...
Then I would agree with you.
I'm trying to come to the conclusion here. I feel like learning new words is a great way to shape how we feel and think. So that could be a process. And this whole time I should be cutting Nick's hair. And if I kept talking, I might make you bald. Because I don't quite understand what Thumoslang is yet. And maybe that's because I don't have a good reference of what a philosophy is. So if I knew that in the first place, then I can see more of what the Thumos idea is. So let me ask you, Nick.
Before you ask me the next question, I want to say something about what you just said.
Sure. What's up?
You a few weeks ago, you demonstrated that you knew how to execute Thumoslang flawlessly because it took you several hours to make me understand the meaning of red pill, but I didn't understand it after all of your explanation. But then when you switch to Thumoslang, you use Thumoslang to define what a red pill is. You shut down the conversation right away because I understood exactly what red pill means. When you say, okay, I'm going to use Thumoslang to make you understand what it means. And then you went, red pill, that means focusing on the truth. And I said, oh, I got it.
I got the idea of the Matrix movie across to you like that.
Yes. And
Focus.
so that's a demonstration of how well you executed Thumoslang.
That was a good day. I felt so empowered to be able to get my idea across to you and knew exactly how I meant it. So is that the point of Thumoslang?
Yes, sir.
Is to get people to understand each other better?
Faster.
Faster. How fast can it get, do you think?
Well, you would not have spent several hours to explain things if you used Thumoslang with me on that concept in the first place.
So all that time that I tried to use to calculate what I was saying to you didn't really go anywhere because it didn't. I just didn't have a good way to talk to you.
Because you used many terms and each term has many different meanings, and that was the problem. But if you use Thumoslang, people cannot interpret each term any way they want. And so communication goes faster.
Haywire, right, because everyone has their own interpretations for every word. And I like that you brought up respect first, because respect is not interfering between our family. So we know how to not interfere with each other.
And now I know, now I can make a very important statement about Thumoslang. If you do not use Thumoslang, you interfere with your progress toward your ideals severely because you waste a lot of your time explaining yourself.
Example A, ladies and gentlemen. I literally was trying to explain to him what the premise of the red pill versus blue pill in the Matrix movie was, when the protagonist is offered an opportunity to go down the rabbit hole of the adventure, or more specifically, Neo seeing reality and all that it is, big picture wise. And I wanted to tell Nick that, but saying all those big words like big picture wise and calling it getting out of the Matrix isn't something that Nick understood. But when we utilize Thumoslang and I use the word focus, which focus to us means
say no.
So I knew that by using focus on the truth, and truth, that means the nature of reality?
Yes.
Conformity.
Conformity of reality.
To reality.
To reality.
So if you focus on the truth, you say no to all the lies.
Focus on the truth. And we're able to get around all this BS that's created from, unfortunately, not having the best way to talk to each other. We get away of the BS of what our individual perception of an idea is. So by talking to Nick in that one moment like that, there was no way to misconstrue what I mean. And we had that one idea solved in 2 minutes that morning, as opposed to 6 hours.
Yes.
Imagine if I had 5 hours and 58 minutes to do whatever else in my life, but instead, it took me 6 hours to not get anywhere. So once I got somewhere, now I realize, crap, I could have done something in my 5 hours and 58 minutes. Could have been anything. Could have been learning, could have been riding my bike.
Could have been cutting this man's hair.
Yeah, earlier. Like, this man's shaggy. This is how long it took.
Speaking of which, you're doing a good job.
Thanks, dude.
I was really hoping for a mohawk.
Oh, it can still happen.
How do we make it happen?
So you go like this.
You know, this man isn't talking, so I think you're cheating the game right now.
He gave me some in-depth answers, so this is.
One of the four most important aspects of discharging a haircut.
What are the 4 most important aspects of discharging a haircut? 1, electricity. Well, no, you use scissors. 1, be shaggy.
What about 1, be born?
Okay, I mean, essential.
2, have hands?
Oh, wait, need hands to have a haircut?
To get to discharge?
Wait, discharge a haircut, you said.
If you're discharging, you have that. I mean, no, there's people who like run amputees and they don't have any arms, but they can someone else.
Whoa!
Super true.
You think there have been feet haircuts?
There must have been the amount of people that gain that skill that.
You know, I bet people just wanted to learn it.
Yeah, like, can I try and cut your hair with my feet? Maybe you could give him like a lightning bolt.
Yeah. Yo, we're gonna make you cooler than Harry Potter.
Since you don't have any question for me, I have a story to tell you.
Whoa. Haircut and story time? Okay.
Yes. Alec and I talked about this, and we discussed about how long COVID-19 pandemic will last and what that means to us. And the question came up was, how could you tell that it's over? And I told Alec of Ed's idea, how to know for sure that it's over, and Alec loves it.
Whoa. Cool. What did Ed have to say?
No. What's it called? The Socratic method? You guys have to
Figure it out?
I love that, the Socratic method.
We have to figure out how people will know that the economy, that things are back to normal.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Objective measure.
Socratic.
First,
I like your idea, Alec.
Yeah, I like your idea, Alec. Well, let me figure it out. That is so good.
I'm gonna
Thank
say,
you for stopping me in time.
Yeah. Also, this means we can cut your hair for as long as we want.
Yeah, you're just getting shorter, bro. All right, so Jerison, you're very well informed on what's going around nationally and globally on numbers and who's being affected the most and what people are and aren't doing to prevent the spread. What's your first guess?
I mean, rather than a guess, my first thought is that it's not going to be something that we immediately expect off of the news. I think it's more of like a piece of our culture that will be back, like some kind of, for example, like schools, all schools coming back and teaching in classes again.
That sounds good, but that would be would happen. That would be one of the last things that happens. The sign of success appears long before that. So the question is, what is the first sign of?
What is the first sign?
Yes.
So as opposed to
so you're
that's the
you're
last
describing
sign.
the last sign of success, not the first.
See if I can.
I thought of more last signs.
Well, now.
For example, a Super Bowl game with 100,000 people at one place. That would be the last thing that would happen when everything is over, right?
Yeah.
We're not asking for that. We're asking for the very first sign of the end of the pandemic, not the last sign of the end.
I can hug my mom.
That's not objective. You can still hug her now, but that doesn't mean that the pandemic is over.
When tattoo shops open up.
Right now, you have tattoo shops open up again this week, but
That's not a good sign.
Right, that's going to make things worse before they get better.
I bet maybe it has something to do with a different country than us.
It has to be within America because this is an American question.
Okay. First American sign?
Alex, chime in.
Jerison was very close when he said it was a cultural thing. You guys couldn't hear me, but I chimed into the live stream and was like, he's so close.
It's 100% a cultural thing. It's gonna be it's gonna be a moment of like a simple joy. You know what I mean?
It's have you ever watched a TV show and thought it'd be better without the laugh track?
Yes.
What show is that?
He said, "Have you ever watched a TV show and thought it would be better without the laugh track?"
Oh. Cool. I mean, yes.
Are you saying maybe no more corona? No, it's not true. Better.
I mean, no more corona would probably be part of.
Right. No, I was thinking no more coronavirus news updates, but that's also very last.
Too far from my head.
Too far from your hint. Laugh track. Laugh track. What does a laugh track have to do with coronavirus? People coughing. Coughing sounds like laughter. Laughing. That was.
Sometimes laughter can evolve.
I thought that was my cue.
Sometimes laughter can evolve into coughing. Oh. The sound of kids laughing in the streets?
You can have that right now.
The
One time,
sound of beaches? No, wait, we already did.
Did you say the sound? A guy told you to yell to get off the grass. That's all I heard.
His grass was part of the sidewalk.
People walking on the streets again?
We have that now.
So an early sign, so hospitals aren't overpopulated.
That's true in many cities right now.
Something. So he's giving us hints. Good hints, I'm imagining. He said no laugh track, and then he said walking on the sidewalk. So
Does it have to do with the president? He's a whole laugh track.
randomly political.
I suggest that you don't work from the hint because it's
Bad hint.
it leads you to the wrong. You should.
I concluded the wrong thing.
Right.
ASAP.
You should think from scratch rather
Okay.
than using any hint.
Okay.
Let's see. So how do we know when America is finally getting over the hurdle of Corona?
It's a happy.
How do we know that it's time for Jason to take his mom to a crowded place to celebrate?
Bars open?
When can you make that decision?
When there's an antibody available.
Or vaccine?
But
Or a vaccine.
but how do you know that? How do you know that it works?
So there's been a testing.
Anyway, it's still it's not an objective. That's still subjective because one company may say that's good enough, but another company or a state may say that's not good enough. So it's very subjective, not an objective demonstration of the end of the pandemic.
You are so pretty.
Oh yeah.
We are getting there. Actually, it's got a lot of work to go.
An objective, simple moment. It's not about people. Is it related to how people feel?
It's very objective. When
It's very obvious.
Very obvious.
it's an
Laugh tracks. Analyze what a laugh track is.
Laugh track is fake laughter.
Okay. Minus the fake part.
Laugh track is laughter. When people laugh. When people laugh. And then you said something about sidewalks. Does that apply to this?
There's no sidewalk part.
Okay. Laugh track. Laughing. When
This is very difficult to think of, and I barely can do two things at once. So I'm super concentrated on this haircut.
yeah, I'm thinking about Norman laughing. I think I'm on the right track.
Hey, which side do you like better? This side or this side?
That side.
This side?
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
By a lot. Although if I was lying, I would say the other side.
Wow. What good would that do?
Well, I was hoping to make you unsure if I was telling the truth or not.
Good luck, Jerison. That looks dumber.
No, well, also, the left side really does look better. Make it... This part is not straight. It's like indenting.
Alright, so...
Alec, whisper it to me and then I'll pretend like I'm smart.
Should have gave you cucumbers.
Louder. When you walk into a job and the audience is back.
Oh, and people aren't worried about going to work? When people can go back to work.
Oh, when you watch a show and the audience is back?
Wait, what?
I said when you watch a show and the audience is back.
When you watch a late night show,
Yeah.
the audience is back. That would happen first before anything else.
You mean when the when the literal crowd is back?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Because that will happen long before the stadium is filled. Because it's easier to bring back a smaller group.
And that's the first group of people to be allowed, you think?
No, that would be the first group that appear the fastest. It's easier to organize an audience in in an auditorium than to organize a stadium.
But that would not be for school is let back. It's a smaller amount. So small groups.
Yeah, before school is back,
We're gonna
the late
see
night shows will have
Jimmy
live
Kimmel.
audience. Yes,
yucking it up, alright.
yes, because it's easier to do that than to get the school back.
You know, I love that you're giving him a good haircut, but I'm also very disappointed by this haircut.
I am.
And that was Ed's idea.
The haircut thing? Or the late night thing?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Does Ed want a haircut?
Can we give him a beard cut?
I don't want to cut his beard.
I want to see what his bald face looks like. Do you think he has chins?
Eyebrows too?
Can we get rid of your eyebrows?
No.
Okay.
Their defense mechanism. Understandable.
You just shave like 100%.
I mean, he does have a little bit of shin hair. A little tiny bit. Wow. That, my friends, is called the aftermath.
It's a really good rap group.
It looks like I did what? Yes. But it wasn't a wig.
Yeah, Nick could have been wearing a wig this whole time and we would have just unveiled. Good thing you got hair.
I have a question for you. What is your next step in order to continue the Thumoslang journey?
Is that a question for me or for Alex?
Oh, it's for you.
Oh, what's my next step?
On your Thumoslang journey.
Supporting your Thumoslang activities, namely the Vera Thumoslang textbook project, is one example.
Cool. And the best way to, do you have any practices that we could use to maybe help other people on their journeys?
Yes, it's called the Thumoslang Challenge.
Well, cool. Is anyone practicing this right now?
We are still building it. Alex, would you like to explain how far we went along with that?
So, the Thumoslang Challenge, let me show myself.
You're beautiful.
I know. So, rest assured, it is still getting
You have so much hair.
the
Super.
series of steps, games, we're calling it, to advance the process of mastering Thumoslang without involving someone
Get a widow speaker here.
to teach someone about it. So we divided it into a series of belts, white through black, and there's 10 belts in total. All the colors that we have escape me at the moment, but each belt has a specific goal, which we've mastered, and I believe we are up to yellow belt at the moment in terms of these specific activities that one needs to complete. Those activities are called gates.
There, I got rid of that one eyebrow.
No!
I wouldn't want to distract from the action for too long.
I would love to hear what you're saying, but I didn't want to poke the man's eyeball out.
Let me stop. I gotta finish the disclosure.
Okay.
So, to finish that up, once it's completed, or not, once it's like mostly completed, we'll release it completely to the public. So you can, anyone who would want to learn Thumoslang in depth so that they can use it very effectively in their life, should participate in that challenge. Can I give them the URL to the website it's on? Yeah.
Of course.
RI4C.com. So there's no, as you know, there's RI4CTV.com, which at the very beginning of this live stream we saw the new uploads to the YouTube channel of the same name from that website.
Are we done?
I think so.
Thank you very much.
And that's where you can find the videos that I'm not videos, sorry, the partners we have so far for the challenge of allowing people all over the world to learn Thumoslang. And there's Nick, beautiful man.
Wait, we gotta display the haircut.
You need like a 360. Can you take a panorama, but instead of going in a circle, just rotate your phone around your head?
That's what I'm doing.
I meant as an image.
Not right now. No, stop turning!
It's like the dark side of the moon. You just keep seeing his face.
Here is his backside. Here is his left side. That's wrong. It's his right side. It was on purpose.
Wow.
You look great.